Hello everybody, welcome to my video on the Battle of Pointe du Hoc on the Normandy coast of France. I was fortunate enough to be able to visit Pointe du Hoc a while back, and it was of course an incredible experience. Unfortunately, the wind up there is pretty gnarly, and so I wasn't able to film with any dialogue, and so you'll be hearing this voiceover for the remainder of this video. I hope that's alright. Anyways, in World War II, this area was seen by Allied planners during the lead-up to the invasion of Normandy as a very important strategic objective. During Allied reconnaissance of this area in the preparation for the invasion, it was cited that there were 6 155mm guns on top of the point that could shoot on either Omaha Beach or Utah Beach. So, for that reason, Allied High Command concluded that Pointe du Hoc must be taken by a ground assault to neutralize these heavy guns. There are a handful of these German casemates that you're looking at right here on Pointe du Hoc. These would have actually been empty during the battle. The 155mm guns themselves would have been placed in an open position around the point, and you'll get a look at one of those in just a second. I'm sure you've also noticed the large craters that are scattered all over Pointe du Hoc. These are mainly caused by the Allied aerial bombardment of the point leading up to the invasion itself. Really goes to show how important taking out this area was to the Allies.
I really wish you could go in there. But look, Mom. You can see the pieces of the wall that are taken out? Right? Yeah. Looks like...
So up on top of this casemate, you get a really good view of Pointe du Hoc. Right there is one of those open gun positions that would have housed one of the 6 155mm guns that were circled around this point. And if you look around from here, you can really get a sense of the level of destruction that was unleashed on this point by the Allies during the lead-up to the invasion. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the most remarkable spots on the whole Normandy coast. The task of taking out the guns on top of Pointe du Hoc was given to the U.S. Army Rangers of the 2nd Battalion. The initial plan was to have D, E, and F companies of the 2nd Rangers to attack the point along with support from A and B companies as well. However, due to the attack on Omaha Beach going really badly, the troops of A and B companies, along with the entire 5th Ranger Battalion, was diverted to Omaha, leaving just D, E, and F companies to attack this strong point. Their strength was about 225 men, not a lot. On the approach to the point on the morning of June 6, 1944, or D-Day, under a naval barrage, they had about 12 landing crafts, including 2 that were carrying supplies. Unfortunately, one of the crafts that was carrying troops sank, killing all but 1, as well as one of the landing crafts carrying supplies. Nevertheless, the Rangers were able to disembark on the beach and begin to scale the cliffs. As the men of D, E, and F companies landed on the beach below the cliffs of Pointe du Hoc, they suffered about 15 casualties on the beach as they were trying to scale the cliffs. The whole time, German soldiers were throwing down grenades, shooting down at them, trying desperately to keep these men from getting up top these cliffs. However, to their astonishment, after the Rangers were able to scale the cliffs and get on top of Pointe du Hoc, they realized quickly that the 6 155mm guns that were their objective in the first place were not there, and they had been moved inland. So unfortunately, they had to keep fighting inland to find those guns and take them out. They did finally manage to find the guns in a field just about 1,200 meters inland, where they were destroyed by a small squad of men using their thermite grenades. However, knowing that they lacked manpower and heavy weapons, they decided to pull back to the point itself to set up a perimeter to defend themselves against the inevitable German counterattacks that were sure to come. The men of D, E, and F companies of the 2nd Ranger Battalion were isolated on Pointe du Hoc and had to defend themselves for 2 full days against numerous, vicious German counterattacks. When they were finally relieved on June the 8th by elements of the 116th Infantry Regiment, the remainder of the 2nd Ranger Battalion and the 5th Ranger Battalion moving inland from Omaha Beach, they were down to about 90 fighting men out of their original strength of 225. I hope you all enjoyed my attempt to briefly summarize the Battle of Pointe du Hoc. There are a ton of more details and nuances that I wish I could have covered while I was there, but that just means that it leaves more for me to do next time I visit. And I encourage you all to visit as well, because like I said, I think it's one of the most remarkable spots on the entire Normandy coastline, and is definitely well worth your visit.